Hi everybody, I'm so excited to be able to share with you one of our seminars. We videotaped an entire seminar for you. We're breaking it down into segments, and for each of these segments we hope that you'll be able to learn something and gain some insight on how to be a better human and actually just be overall happier in your life. In this first video, you're just going to see the assessment process, what happens with the individuals and the struggles they might have, and just how cool our assessment process is. So each participant that's going through 4 lenses gets an actual 4 lenses kit. We call it the kit. And in that kit is a combination of, there's 4 cards that identify each of the 4 temperaments. There's an assessment in here that they also take. We combine all of that information together to give an overall understanding of where the individual sits as it pertains to each of the 4 temperaments. Because it's really important that nobody ends up thinking that they're just one temperament. So our test is really about helping them understand their spectrum and how that is impacting their life. Well, welcome everybody to our class today. We're going to have an experience that I hope that you'll find enjoyable, and we're just going to jump right into it. So if you could, you have a little booklet. In that booklet at the front, there are 2 cards. They're perforated, tear those out or unhook those. And at the back, there's 2 more cards. So take those out. Separate all of those so you have 4 separate cards. And so now what I want you to do with those 4 cards, look at them picture side up first. All you're going to do is look at the pictures. You're going to put them down in front of you so you can see all 4 pictures. And what I want you to do is put them in order of your favorite picture to your least favorite picture. There's things on every card you're going to see you like, but you're going to have to make a determination of, I really like this card the best, and then the second, and then third, and then the fourth. Okay, what I need you to do is turn to page 7 in your book. On the bottom of page 7 in your book, you're going to see a little chart that looks something like this. And what I want you to do under step 1, so coming just straight across step 1 in that book, pick up your favorite card, whatever it was. Turn it over and it has a color border around it. Whatever color that is, look at the chart. If it was blue, for example, under step 1, I'd give myself 4 points for blue. And then you go to your second card, whichever that is, give yourself 3 points for that, then 2 points, and then 1 point for your least favorite card. All in step 1. And here's where you can help me. Everybody look to their neighbor and see if their chart looks like this. Every once in a while somebody hears what I say, and they say, oh, what he meant was put a number here, 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 and here. So make sure the numbers go across step 1. Your most favorite is 4. So your most favorite isn't number 1. Most favorite gets the most points. As a friend of mine says, we're playing basketball, not golf. So the higher the number, the better, right? Here we go. Okay, everybody got that? Now, as the cards are turned over, now read the backs of the cards. And as you read the backs of these cards, you're going to see things on every one of these cards that you value, that you can say that you can relate to. You're still going to need to now make a determination of what card would read most like you to least like you. So you're going to reorder them. Now they might stay in the same order. Things might move around. That's okay. But read the cards now and put them in order again of your favorite, one that reads most like you, to the one that reads least like you. If you're close to being done or almost done, same thing under step 2 now. 4 points for the card that read most like you. It might or might not be the same. Then 3 points, then 2 points, then 1 point. Okay, everybody got that? Anybody need a few more minutes? If you haven't done it by now, just sit at the green table when we get ready to break. No. It's a little stressful for that group of folks. Have to make the right decision here. All right, so if I go ahead and finish up, let me give the instructions for the rest that we can continue on. So now on page 6, you're going to see a statement, and that statement says, statement number 1, when I have to make a decision I like to, and then it's not finished. Then you'll see 4 endings to it, A, B, C, and D, endings with lines out here. You're going to read all those endings, and whichever ending best finishes it for you, what are you going to do? What do you guess?
Check it.
No. 4. Thank you. You're going to what? I'm going to put a 4. And then I got to go back to the other 3, and then the next one that finishes best, I'm going to put a 3, and then a 2, and then a 1. So you're going to have a 4, 3, 2, 1 for all 10 of those statements on page 6 and 7. Inevitably, when I do this with large groups, I'll give those instructions, and still someone will put a check mark by it. So just make sure, look at your neighbor. If you see a check mark, write it, tell them. All right, so 4, 3, 2, 1. And then as soon as you're done and you get through that for all 10 statements, then raise your hand and I will come over and give you the last instructions. Part of what they've been doing right now is just going through our assessment and helping them to identify their 4 temperaments, but not just that they're any one temperament, but that they're a combination of all of these. But we're seeing the variance through their final numbers as to what really makes up them as a human being. Right, how's everybody doing? Got totals coming up? Oh, very balanced. You'd be a great coach. You should look into coaching. You should do that. So it looks like everybody's done. Everybody's got final numbers across the bottom. Sometimes we don't add all the way up. So you should have a final, we call it a spectrum, right? So a couple things just as a disclaimer. Through this morning, we're going to talk about temperaments as they exist independent of other temperaments. Right? For learning purposes, it's helpful to understand that a blue is like this, even though there's no such thing as a blue. Make sure we're really clear about that. That's one of the things that I've made for 20 years. A lot of other instruments, they go out there and they just say, oh, good, I'm a D, or I'm a, right? They highlight whatever it is that their instrument is. We don't want to do that here because it diminishes who I am as a human, right? I have all the capacity to do all 4 of these. I just happen to prefer a couple of them over others. And so your numbers just help you to understand what your struggles might be, and we'll talk about that as we move on. So you have totals. You can see that, and we'll use those totals in a bit, but I do want you to hone in now on just what your top number was, right? So your highest number, I need to know who had gold as your highest number. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Who had green as your highest number? What if you tied? Okay, good. So I got 2 plus the tie. So if you tie, when we break into these table groups, you're going to go sit at one table group, and you're going to participate in the activity, and then you're going to go and look at the other table group and sit, and you're going to see one of those groups. You're like, oh, I relate best to this group. So that's what you do with the tie. And so we'll have 2.5 greens, right? And nothing about your height. I'm sorry. I had to say that. Sorry. All right, so, and then what was your second?
Orange.
Okay, green, orange, right? All right, so there's 3, we'll just say 3 for now. So go to the green group, start there, and then through the activity, you can get up and just go look at the other group and see where you feel best at. Blues, highest number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blues. Okay, and then oranges. I got 1, I got 2.5. That's good because we probably couldn't handle many more of those in a small group like this, right? Yeah. They couldn't commit from the mouth of a gold. All right, so what we're going to do now is just kind of pick up your cards, pick up your stuff, because for the rest of the day, you're going to go sit with your table group, okay? So all the oranges can just come up and stay right here. All the golds have you kind of just, there's 7, so you're going to have to pull an extra chair over because I think there's only, but we can sit on this side now, so that's fine. So sit back there. We'll have the blues sit right here, and we'll have the greens sit back there. So now what we'd like you to do is invite you to begin your journey by understanding yourself a little bit better, understanding these 4 temperaments. Click down below, click on the more, see where the assessment is, take the free assessment, and that way you can begin your journey on helping us put the human back into humanity.